Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. Manifest your truth. And today we need to talk about this mass shooting that has taken place in Maine by a gentleman named Robert Card. And of course, in America, we have become accustomed to these mass shootings all over our country, in high schools, at restaurants, at nightclubs, and for whatever reason that these individuals decide to take their aggression out on helpless citizens of America is not right. And mental illness is at the top of the podium for these things that are taking place. And that's not to take away that they are killers. This gentleman, Robert Card, is a killer, but he also has some contributing factors that have led to this detrimental activity that he has displayed in the last few days. And at some point, America has to wake up, because on the American medical paradigm or model, mental illness is at the bottom. Heart disease, kidney disease, cancer, a lot of health conditions are at the forefront, and they should be. Cancer for sure, AIDS, kidney disease, heart disease, high blood pressure. But mental illness is at the bottom. It's below dental issues, the amount of money that the government uses to fund mental illness is at the very bottom. And that tremendously concerns me. I think there are more people that have mental issues than are going through the opioid crisis. Heroin, fentanyl, crack. I believe there are more Americans that are suffering from mental illness and stress than anything. And I also believe that stress is the number one factor that could contribute to a lot of ancillary conditions and diseases that take place on our human body and our human spirit. So when we have this awakening of individuals that decide to go out and kill people for no apparent reason, we have to make sure that we understand that our mind and our body have to be congruent. They have to be symbiotic. Both systems have to be healthy. And when one of them is not healthy, especially your mental capacity, many people have a tendency to take it out on others that are around them. We need to reach one and teach one. We need to check on people. We need to do safety checks. We need to make sure and tell folks that we love them and that we care about them. You never know what's going on inside somebody's mind, body, and soul. And America is in a very tempered state right now, with homelessness, opioid crisis, joblessness, this large migrant influx. There is a brewing and a tempering that is really stressing not only our business model and our economic system, but it's also affecting our healthcare system and the health and vibrancy of our American citizens. This is what this particular Maine shooting spree is displaying. And occasionally we have these things take place all the time. But at some point we need to reach out to our legislators, our politicians, and we need to make mental illness a priority. You have a lot of people, when they get up in age, become elderly. People have trouble getting older, men, women, and it messes with them mentally. Depression is a very, very high frequency, vibrancy that's taking place with a lot of human beings. There are a lot of elderly people that are depressed. There are a lot of young people that are depressed, that feel hopeless and helpless. Once you lose hope in your humanity, then all of your humanness goes out of the window. So to love, have empathy, to live, love life, to show humanity, to be righteous, positive, God-fearing are very important characteristics to have for the healthiness of our American citizens and our country. So let's pray for the people in Maine. We need to pray for Mr. Card's family because they're suffering also. It's embarrassing. It's dangerous. The people that have died, their family members. But we need to have a wake-up call that mental illness and stress, it ranks right up there with cancer, the opioid crisis. And we need to make sure that people are healthy mentally and physically. Those two components run together. And a lot of times you could be healthy physically, but if your mind is scrambled, you will make poor decisions and they can be detrimental to you and the people around you. So we need to live and learn from this situation. Schizophrenia is a real issue. And when people are crying out for help, we need to help them. Let's make America a better place. Let's take mental illness serious, even though it's not a tangible diagnosis like cancer where you can see it on an x-ray, kidney disease, high blood pressure. It's incipient. It can stay inside of you and fester for years before it explodes. Even though you can't see it on an x-ray does not mean that it is not real. So mental illness, psychiatric evaluations, psychological counseling are all very important. And there are a lot of people out here in this world that are suffering, both young people trying to figure out and navigate their way through this technological society. There's so many things being thrown at them, from middle-aged people trying to figure out if they're going to be able to retire, keep their home, keep their job, to elderly people facing death at some point. What was the meaning of life? Did I get to do everything that I wanted to do? So there are a lot of things that go on inside that head of ours and in our body that needs to be wired correctly. Remember, the whole ideology of the computer came from the human mind. So it is a very great tool and axiom on navigating your way through life in the proper manner. But if those wires are not functioning correctly, bad things can happen and you should reach out. We need to make sure that we have an American medical and psychiatric system that is functional, that's not broken, and have a vestige for people to be able to find help. So let's pray for the people in the Maine mass shooting. Let's manifest our truth in the right direction and stay positive and prayerful and philosophical about life. Live a little bit existentially. All the things that are happening to us each and every day, most of them are not that important. Let's not major in the minor. Let's not major in minutia. Let's focus on the big picture. Let's be a community. Let's love each other. Let's help. Let's manifest our truth. Let's mentor. And let's make this world a better place. Let's stop these mass shootings. And let's get these individuals help when they need it. Let's not be dismissive about it. And let's provide hope and a humanitarian spirit to mankind. So, let's reach out to our legislators, our politicians, Washington, D.C. Let's put mental illness at the top of the list. I think there are more people that have mental illness problems than many of these other diseases that are manifesting themselves in human beings. So, let's make sure that we take care of our mental and our physical health. Let's give hugs, tell people you love them, and let's try to make this world a better place. If you enjoy this commentary, please hit the like button and subscribe. Share this commentary with your loved ones. And please check me, the Trevor Donald Experience, out on the Trevor Donald Experience podcast on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Buzzsprout. Let's stay prayerful, and mental illness is real, and let's help each other one day at a time.